This one up for us. There we go.
Hello.
So hello everyone on Relentless channel. We're here and the coffee shop stream that I have on my channel right now. So you'll probably see it in a few days after we
This will be a
record
couple
this.
of days' time.
Let's
We got more of us.
let's maybe put it on the center so Anastasia would be seen
I think
better.
then the light will interfere with it, so
okay.
that's pretty good there.
Okay.
Right, what are we fundraising for today? What's the target? What's the unit? What's the
A separate reconnaissance battalion or a regiment. Okay. Two mics, so I need to hold this one for both of us and keep this one on me. So, a car for reconnaissance battalion for a separate reconnaissance. I just said that. Oh my god. They're just secret. I can't say the number. They asked me. We're just call us.
Don't say the
just
number.
call us reconnaissance battalion. And I was like, okay. So they need a car plus the soldier from Khartia. His call sign is Wolf. He needs a replacement of the engine. We already raised funds for the engine. Now we need to cover the replacement work. That's 31,000 hryvnias. For us, it's not a big fundraiser. For this community, it's like click one stream and we raise
done.
for that one. But there is also 2 requests that I got yesterday, and I still did not create the fundraisers for them. But we already probably create one of them in already this week, and we are raising funds for that too. So the 3rd Communication Brigade guys asked me to get them 2 drone detectors. Those with the screens to also intercept the video of the drones to see where the drone is coming from. By the way, I think on my stream I am not seen, right? Am I
All right,
seen
you're missing from your own stream.
Yeah, so they basically say that this is a very needed help, so they need that and the shotgun. They actually need a shotgun, but I'm not sure we're going to be able to provide as much all together. Maybe we'll divide it in 2 fundraisers, we'll see.
This is anti-drone. This is to take out drones at close range, is it? With a shotgun?
Yep. Close. I hope it's like... This music is loud, but I know this song, I was playing it before one of my streams. It's like there are a lot of songs being played here that I played during my
hopefully this won't stop the video being published, there's always that risk.
Oh yeah.
Not for a live stream, but for a pre-recorded.
No, it's just going to be...
When this goes out, it might,
I think it's just going to be demonetized.
It'll be demonetized, that's it.
Yeah. Do you think we shouldn't even post this?
No, I'll definitely post it because the fundraiser is the key thing here. Rather than the monetization, the fundraiser is the important bit, yeah.
Thank you. Just wanted to say that requests incoming. Another 28th Brigade, another guy requested, yesterday he requested an EcoFlow, and I'm like, okay, how do I do all of this at the same time? We need to place everyone in the order, so there's a lot of background work that is going on, and people don't see it here on these streams, but sometimes they do. Sometimes I need to respond to soldiers during the streams, so it also happens.
The Eyes on Ukraine can help you with the EcoFlow. Do you have a contact there in that organization?
No.
We can discuss this after the stream, because I've had some experience. Yes.
So you have the contact.
Yeah.
Awesome. So I can actually direct them there, and the guys can get them.
That's my idea. Yes. At
Thank
least
you.
ask
It will
them
be
if
helpful.
they can help with that, and if they can, that would be great, and that will take some burden off of you.
Thank you, because to be honest, lately it's been overwhelming with the number of requests I get.
Yeah.
I see that I don't have the capacity for any new units for sure, and I need to say sorry. New person, I cannot say sorry my friend, because we usually don't know each other. So some soldiers contact me, hi, you still don't know me, can you help us? And I say sorry, but unfortunately the 15 or 20 units that we care about regularly, I cannot help any more units. We're reached our capacity.
This is a maximum. I mean, you can't be streaming 12 hours a day. There must be a point at which donations start to fall off. and you
Yeah.
have to, the audience has to be, you can't wear out their
Yeah.
goodwill, yeah.
And I unfortunately worn out a lot of donors. I realized this, and that's how I built it up, and unfortunately cannot really rebuild it. I won't say I tried like big time to completely reform my work, but I tried different approaches and they don't work as well as the live streaming work.
No, and pre-recorded is great for interviews and stuff, but it seems the live streaming format is best for donations. I think that's why Jonathan Pierce, if he was here, he would boast that his channel is 2 to 3 times more effective at fundraising than mine. But I just think it's that engagement when people can see the comments, they can see that there's that interaction between the people, and you also get the chance to remind people every few minutes.
Yeah,
you can't really do that in interview format. You can only ask them at the front and the end. It's kind of difficult to get that.
Yeah, so we actually had a few donations. Let me mention them. 3 of them. Wizard of Ooze donated $30. He's a quote man. So his quote of the day is this: "Today I got a council tax refund. So it is only right I share it with Ukraine, along with the required quote. Fortune turns all things to advantage of those whom she smiles." Francois de la Rochefoucauld, probably.
Oh yeah, what's that? Francois de la Rochefoucauld. Yeah.
Rochefoucauld. Okay.
Well,
Sentences.
that's a new one on me, but that's extremely generous because you get a rebate on your taxes. You could go out and buy beer and some pies and fish and chips, or you can give it to Ukraine, and that's in it. That is the best decision, obviously, but it's a tough one,
How do you know that Wizard of Ooze is from UK?
Because council tax is a UK thing.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
So you were like mentioning fish and chips and some beer.
Yeah. No, I'm pretty sure that is, yeah. Well, they could be Welsh or Scottish. They're not necessarily English, but I'm pretty sure they're British. Yeah.
Question in the chat, and I'm curious who it's addressed to. Can you do a Scottish accent?
Oh,
Can you do a Scottish accent?
cannot.
Anastasia, how's your Scottish accent?
My Scottish accent isn't very good. I only can tell a Scottish joke, but with rather a British accent, like SSBE.
But your
I can
Scottish
try.
dancing, however, that's different.
It's better than my Scottish accent,
Yeah,
definitely.
actually, Scottish dancing doesn't go together with, or doesn't come together with a Scottish accent.
You don't
usually.
talk and dance.
But I really love how Scottish accent sounds. I like their type of R. It's different from ours. It's closer to ours, like Slavic
rolling
one.
R, yeah.
It's rolling, but it's still different. And I'm not sure I can.
Can
See,
you?
no, if I did a Scottish accent, it would be
racist.
It would be racist. It'd be deeply insulting and cultural appropriation. But for our guest there,
But you studied in
I studied in Edinburgh, and a lot of Scottish people say, "Well, Edinburgh isn't really Scotland," that's. But I could.
international city. Yeah.
For those who are, I could do a Morningside accent, which is very genteel and slightly, up themselves. But yeah, enough of that before I alienate our dear Scottish friends in the audience.
Rick, although I am Australian Londoner of many years, so much more interesting than simply British. You see, Australian Londoner.
Australian Londoner, okay.
Of many years. How is it? Australian Londoner?
We
Is
have a lot
Londoner
of.
who moved to Australia or what?
Or is an Australian who's moved to London? That's how I read that. I don't know.
Wizard,
Which
let us
are
know.
you? Which are you?
Let us know, please.
We have a lot.
In London, I suppose it's like
I think it is.
Ukrainian American or
that'll be it.
African American. Yeah.
And of course, the Australians don't really lose their accents generally. And then why would they? Why would they want to? But we have a lot of Australians. We have a lot of South Africans. A lot come and start by doing bar work and stuff, and then move on to other professions. And yeah, huge community.
Sorry for interrupting. I just seen another message from Nikki. Thank you very much for sharing the link to my channel. And in general, huge thanks to all the mods. You are doing a fantastic job. And you are all amazing people. Thank you.
Thank you, guys. So, the other donations, $100 from Trevor, T-Bone, thank you very much, Trevor, and $55.55 from Miriam S. Miriam, thank you very much. So guys, with that, we raised $195.55. Awesome, we still need to raise $304.45.
Let's keep it going, Now, I had a question, Alex. I did a short live stream with Mr. Jonathan Pierce a couple of hours ago, and he had a very interesting question, which was, obviously we're here a couple of weeks ago, when it was extremely cold. It was minus 19, several nights were out here, and of course a lot of people who we spoke to had elderly relatives or children who were actually getting sick from the cold, from the prolonged cold. And I think that's something that doesn't get reported much. Just the sheer toll on people's mental health and physical health is huge. 2 weeks later, it's much warmer, the snow's melted. Do you feel that the winter war failed strategically? Do you feel more optimistic perhaps, and that you're coming out of the end of an incredibly tough or high-risk period?
Yes, definitely, especially since the weather has changed. It switched from winter to spring like this on the 1st March, right?
Yeah,
so we had a sunny 1st March. It was much warmer. And I had this huge internal celebration. Yes, we've made it through this winter.
Yeah.
And
toughest winter for decades.
It's the hardest in my life, and also because I had, on top of that, I also had this family issue, health issue with my mother, and it was such a huge scare for us. It started at the end of January and lasted for the last few weeks. So, and now it's also better. So it's stabilized. So I'm feeling much more optimistic, and because I didn't know how this winter would go for us, and I was mentally prepared that we would need to leave Kyiv for a few months, and we were prepared to go to my mom's village, for example. We had wooden bars for the heating, and that would be fine with us because that's how we spent the first 3 months of the full-scale invasion. So basically that wouldn't be worse than what we had experienced before. So eventually, in terms of, at least for the districts that my parents live in and I live in, it wasn't as bad as in some other areas in Kyiv, like for example Troyeshchina or Left Bank in general. So I know that other people struggled way more than me and us, but for me it was,
We're out of the emerging from the tunnel.
Yes, and obviously Russia has failed, forcing us, breaking up our spirit. Of course, it was a huge mental toll on us, and that's why we try to find new ways to cope with this. Hence the dancing on ice on Dnipro river, and all the kinds of parties making these fires and dancing around them and so on, because people needed to first of all to socialize more, to cope with this additional stress, and to warm up and cook somewhere and somehow.
Basically, I also feel a bit relieved that we passed the winter, or the winter passed and we actually survived it and did not lose electricity completely, did not lose our spirits, and Russians, when they were striking us at winter, they wanted to see big protests against our government. Some people, there were some a few times we had local communities gathering up and closing the roads. We need to mention that happened, but nothing global, only some small. Actually, I know one community in Kyiv Oblast who did that to just draw attention to the incompetence of the local services, because local services told them that there is no problem there, and they're still sitting with no electricity for next 3 days, and after 3 days, to draw attention of publicity to the incompetence of the local electricity company, they did that. And after they've drawn right? Is it drew attention?
Drove
attention to it?
Draw
attention to it. They stopped that protest. So it is definitely unsuccessful for Russians, though a lot of people at our officials, right? They say that they managed to damage our electricity infrastructure significantly. And
we won't say exactly how much, but it seems to have been on the edge. It does seem to have been. I mean, this has, I think, comparisons to World War II. I mean, there was a point at which the Germans were bombing British airfields, and later historians showed that they were literally weeks away from destroying the Air Force. And then suddenly they switched the tactic to bombing cities instead. And that was a disastrous move. At the time they didn't know it, but the strategy failed entirely, and it was very close to succeeding. And this seems to me the Russian strategy as well. They just haven't quite pushed it to a full systemic collapse. But as Jonathan Pierce points out, one thing we don't know about is what impact this has had, and we know a lot of the impact on individuals and families. We don't know the economic impact, either to fuel the budget or, crucially, the military-industrial complex, whether these electricity outages had a significant impact or not on military output. We don't know, and we probably won't know until the history books are written and those records are released.
Yeah.
I think because there are think tanks in Ukraine which analyze the economy and how it fares during the war. For example, this Center for Economic Strategy, and they do these monthly overviews of the Ukrainian economy and do the publicly available reports that I'm following. So in a few months we will actually see how the economy fared in terms of the main sectors of the economy: agriculture, metallurgy, like exports, and all of the energy sector, obviously too, because we have been importing so much energy, and thanks to the caps that were raised, price caps, we were able to import more energy, and that helped us survive and go through this winter better than we would have done otherwise. Yeah, so it is possible to measure how what the impact was, but of course we wouldn't be able to go through this without foreign help, international help, both like material and financial help.
I wanted to mention that Andriy Beletsky, the commander of the 3rd Army Corps, in the interview like 1.5, 2 weeks ago, he mentioned that the supply of the Ukrainian unmanned land robots.
Oh yeah, the UGVs.
So
ground vehicles.
that one was damaged significantly by the Russian attacks on electricity infrastructure. So they definitely demand a lot of energy to produce those, and he confirmed the damage, or rather spilled the information that shouldn't be out there. But
sometimes
he said
that gets out, whether it's intentional or not.
Yeah.
Now we should remind people about donations, and then I'm going to have a very cheeky question, especially to the guy who talked about swanky cafes. I've got caught out before.
NRK? UGV? UGV.
UGV, yeah.
So that's how you call it.
Unmanned ground vehicles, yeah.
So mentioning donations, we did not have any in the last 17 minutes.
Okay, well now I'm talking too much as I usually do, so let's have some donations. Let's get that money coming in right now. And then there's the cheeky question, because I've got caught out before because this place stopped serving food quite early. So I should probably get my food order in.
Sometimes they do, sometimes not, but you better go check.
I'll go and check, I'll come back. My stomach rules my head, unfortunately, but I'll be back.
That's
shortly.
all that Jonathan can think about right now.
It's food, it's all I can think
It's only food. Okay, I'll take his place for now, because, I don't know, you probably stuck with me? Since
I'm
you're
fine
on
with
this
that.
channel. No, I'm talking to them.
Right.
That they will have to see me time to time anyway. Okay,
I'm sure
guys.
that they are even more pleased.
I don't know. Energy wars. Yeah, I can't wait for flowers to start popping up. Oh, me too. I'm actually like I'm thinking of those times of the spring, everything's blossoming. It's gonna be here soon, very soon, and it usually lifts my spirit. So
I've already seen my Japanese friend posting pictures of various cherry trees blossoming in Kyoto.
Lucky
beautiful.
Kyotans.
Because they have it earlier than us.
Yeah.
But we will have apricot trees blossoming first, I think, as usual. And I really love the aroma.
Those and the apple trees too, right?
I think apple trees slightly
Later.
and then cherry trees. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, guys.
Plum trees as well.
We start dreaming of the flowers on the trees and on the ground. It worked. Jonathan's let's some donate like. How did he say? He said it in.
Spurred donations.
Yeah. Okay. So he said, "Please donate, guys." And Martin
And it
Bissick
worked.
answered, $20 donation from Martin Bissick, paying my hot tub fee. Taking one now. He's always bragging. I wanted to give
Careful,
you your
don't,
spot back.
don't.
I'm about to topple the plant.
Maybe you should have taken the other
I
side.
should have gone the other side. Causing chaos.
Live action. Though, you usually don't have such live action going on your recordings, right?
No, not usually. Well, when I speak to Mr. Jonathan Pierce, we do live streams. I also do a regular live stream with a lovely gentleman called Yuri Rashkin. I think I've mentioned before.
Sounds like Russian.
He is originally Russian. But he every two he yeah. No, please. He does every fortnight he does a really great conversations with Vitaly Portnikov. So no, if Vitaly trusts him, then I think it's okay.
I got to know him thanks to Aidar Muzdabayev, Crimean Tatar journalist, deputy director of the ATR Crimean channel, who fled Crimea, which fled Crimea after the start of the war in 2014. I think they moved to Kiev in 2015. And Aidar Muzdabayev still also has these live streams with Yuri Rashkin on a regular basis. And I also was like, what, Rashkin?
Yeah,
Really?
yeah.
And he's Russian, and he also is of Jewish descent as well. Yes, he's like early 90s or something.
Yeah, he was in his teens, early teens when he left Moscow.
And he has very adequate views on the war. That's most important.
Views, yeah.
Yeah. So he only has arguments with Aidar Muzdabayev in terms of about the American politics, but not on the war, Russia's war in Ukraine.
And he broadcast with Raman Tsambalyuk as well. So he was quite a good, I think quite a good commentator.
Okay, I just, to be honest,
I
care
don't
much.
encourage you. You don't care,
much.
and you shouldn't have to care at all.
Yeah, guys, it's Russians. Whenever I hear about them, even about good Russians, I always feel this.
I mean, good Russians is not a good idea.
I have this suspicion to
No,
all the
yeah,
Russians.
Yeah.
So even
here's their. Okay, I'm going to derail the conversation. What is the definition of a useful Russian? Not good, because I think that's a horrible,
Fundraising for the Ukrainian army.
Exactly. Number one, fundraising for the Ukrainian army. Number two, Crimea needs to return.
to Ukraine.
To Ukraine.
Make Russia small again.
Make Russia small again. Exactly.
That's the number one for me. Do they really think that disintegration of so-called Russian Federation, which is in fact is an empire, if it's the only way to... Did you start asking that question? I mean, from your Russian guests?
All of them. I've always, right from day one, I've asked all these questions. From 2022.
But I need to check once again.
Yeah. Crimea is not a sandwich. Goodbye Russia, Russian Empire. Fundraising for the Vasul, for the Ukrainian armed forces. I had a few others as well, but those are the three core ones. And I refuse to platform anyone who at least needs to openly discuss these. But if they don't agree that Ukrainian victory becomes before everything else, any Russian internal politics, that's the other condition. That's number 4. I've forgotten what number 5 is, but these are fundamental.
Yep. Number. Okay. I
Yeah.
also had fundraising for Ukrainian army.
I like Maeshrash Small again, but I got my own version, and I need to find a T-shirt manufacturer in Ukraine to make it. Make Moscow a village again.
Well,
Make Moscow a swamp again.
Yes, Mom.
swamp. This is better.
Back to Bolota. Yeah.
You said
Back to.
Bach.
Yes, back to Bolota. So Russian with a Scottish accent. Sorry, apologies to anyone watching.
Apologies accepted.
some
As a Scottish person.
I definitely. I won't do Welsh because that'll be properly racist and or Irish. You know, people will hate me.
I like this one. Make Moscow flat again.
It already is flat. It's pretty flat. Unless they mean flat like a car park,
Yeah,
just
like
pave over it, you know.
No buildings.
Yeah.
Okay. First to blossom are the Mongolias usually, then hazel. Is it in Germany? I mean, Miriam said that. This is why I'm asking.
I think in Ukraine it's always apricot trees.
Okay, they're not listening to us. Basically, talking about the trees and flowers blossoming.
All right, yeah, well, that's nice.
We have been talking
We had that
Make-
conversation. We started
Make
it,
it,
so
yeah.
it was
but we are
up. Sorry,
changing
guys.
topics, so
Make-
rapidly that they need to catch up.
Make Moscow flat again. It is flat. That's the problem. I think this is one of the problems is that Russia is overwhelmingly flat, most of it. And I think that results in a certain psychosis. If you could never see anything over the horizon, it's just endless swamp. I mean, that messes with your head, frankly.
Yeah. Guys, our fundraising, I won't say stopped, it slowed down. And though we had that donation from Martin, $20, that
That's
means
great.
we still need to raise 285.
Come on, yeah.
So
We gotta do
keep
this.
donating, please. We have 1 hour and... I didn't
And
show
what's
the
the
raffle
I
item.
don't know the raffle item. Yeah, let's
Completely
bring it
forgot
on.
that we're raffling
What was
something.
lacking? What didn't you do?
Yeah, something is lacking. This is the patch of the 91st Brigade.
This is superb. I just love the simplicity of this one.
This is
What an
a-
absolutely beautiful design that is.
Looks medieval.
It does, doesn't it?
Fine, right?
Yeah,
Absolutely.
The design looks medieval. This is actually a support brigade. The whole brigade is support. So they have the bridge out there. They build bridges.
It's like logistics. It's kind of logistics kind of great.
Yeah,
Yeah.
logistics, mining, demining. They do all the engineering work.
Right.
So more like an engineer
Sappers.
brigade.
I think that's the British
Sappers.
term for that. Sappers.
I wonder what.
Sappers.
I
Yeah.
thought Sappers is the same as deminers, no?
And they'll do all sorts of
It's
stuff. They'll
wider, it's
build.
wider.
Yeah, it's wider. They'll build bridges. They'll build infrastructure, temporary infrastructure
Okay,
for.
I'll put it upside down because it's standing this way. The other way it's not standing. But it's not seen behind the chat anyway, so we're gonna be
No,
showing
well,
it
it's
again.
yeah.
So guys, with your donations, you can buy the tickets for the patch, for this beautiful patch of the 91st Brigade. One ticket is $10 of your
Yeah.
donation. You can buy as many of them as you want. So for example, if you donate $50,
Yep.
you get 5 tickets. Thank you.
And the aim would be for us, if you're watching this in the sort of pre-recorded version, whatever is raised on the day, we would want to double that. So I think this is a
that'd be
challenge
cool.
to the audience here. Double or quits. You know, that's what we should go for.
So I'm gonna give you my PayPal and you add it to the
We're going to add it to the link, so
of the
everyone
video.
can check out the link here. What we'll also do is what we did last time is add a QR code. So scan the QR code, that'll take you to the link. That's good because it's on the screen permanently. It prompts people, you know, to it reminds them constantly they're watching the video. I might even just put the QR code over my face, and that also will improve the quality of the video no end.
Акцент ніби йоркширський. Do you have a
ніби-
Yorkshire accent?
Japanese is Yorkshire, нет.
Wait, don't respond in Russian to him. That's a Ukrainian.
I'm not definitely not Yorkshire. No, I spent some time in Exeter, and I picked up a funny little sort of thing there. But I live in Oxfordshire, so maybe there's a tiny little kind of Oxfordshire thing going on there. I don't know.
Cookies or biscuits?
Well, I mean, what are good biscuits? Obviously. What kind of a question is? What question is that?
Say митниця. Митниця is...
Митнitya.
Митниця.
Mutnitsa.
Oh yeah, he did it.
Mutnitsa.
Митниця.
What's the term in
Customs. It's a customs.
Customs.
Yeah, in Ukrainian.
Is it like tamorzhnya? Like
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But mytnitsa is in Ukrainian.
Mytnitsa.
Yeah, you see, he doesn't. He knows the Russian word.
Yeah.
So he did not pass the Polyanitsa test.
No. We had this Roman, because people might not know, but Roman Trokhymets is in London at the moment, was in London last week.
Yeah.
And there were many moments where he couldn't find the English word, and I'd be like, and I'd
Trying to help him.
I'd say the York word, and he just, oh no.
You say a Russian word to him.
Yeah.
And
no,
he's like,
yeah. Well, it helps when we have a
Did you
A
already
gap in
post a video with him?
yeah, we did.
Oh,
there
yeah,
it
here
is.
25 minutes. 3
World
days
wakes
ago?
up to drone threat. There we are. We're sitting in a pub in London.
Not only coffee shops, pubs too.
We did some cool stuff. So
I need to watch
I'm
it.
talking,
Thank
but
you.
I put the microphone under your mouth. How does that work? We did some fun stuff. I took him to my favourite pub in London, which anyone who's watching who's a Londoner here, we went to the George in Southwark, which absolutely
and
blew Roman away. So it's called the George, as in St George, and it is the last medieval coaching inn left in all of London. There used to be hundreds and hundreds of them. So this is absolutely ancient building with a beautiful wooden, it's exactly the pub you imagine Shakespeare drinking at. And in fact, Shakespeare did drink at that because his theatre was just down the road. And Roman was just, wow. And then we went to a museum which is a Roman temple, which was uncovered from Roman London.
Okay, I thought
it-
our Roman.
No. Well,
His temple.
I said to Roman, "Do you want to go and see some Roman ruins?" And he goes, "Well, that's my name." And so we went to the Temple of Mithras,
Mithras,
which
wow.
it's a Roman mystery cult, and it's a fairly substantial foundations of this temple. But the museum is so brilliant and beautiful because what they do is they've got this like curtains or mesh where the walls used to be, and then it meets the ruins. So, and then they shine a light and they fill the space with steam and music and chanting, and then they shine a light, so you actually feel the outline of the building, but
You
carved
don't
out
have
in
the second
light,
mic here.
carved out in light and mist. Anyway, I'm talking way too much again. But anyway, we blew Roman's mind, and he had a fabulous time. And then we recorded a little interview in a pub, so that was cool. Cool.
Okay, interesting.
Yeah.
And, these two mics are confusing me.
It's confusing, isn't it?
I
It really is
realized
confusing.
that people could not hear you because I was holding the mic here, and I was like, "But he has a mic. Why
Yeah.
should I give him one?" It's like
It's just designed to freak everybody out.
They're different. They look different.
Yeah, that's somehow I can identify. It's not mine or mine. A Londonium, Rome.
Londinium, yeah. Roman London.
He never talks about silicon myth. Nah, wait.
Oh, I
Wafers.
never talked about silicon wafers. So what silicon
Wafers?
wafers is
What's a wafer?
it's my news channel. So I the algorithm is not kind at the moment to the kind of material that I'm producing, and I try to run news content and interview content, but one's 10-15 minutes long, the other one's hour-long interviews. Again, the algorithm doesn't like that. So Silicon Curtain is for interviews and live streams. Silicon Wafers is for my news items, which are doing a little bit better than
So you have a new
the
channel.
interviews. I have a new channel.
So it's doing better than the interviews.
It's not yet, but it's
That's not that new.
it's plugging. It's not that new. It set up in December last year, and it's plugging the gap. So whereas Silicon Curtain dropped by about 50% in terms of traffic, this has picked up some of that traffic to fill the gap.
Silicon Bytes, do you the Silicon Bytes are on the Silicon Curtain?
Silicon
or
Bytes
Silicon...
are on Silicon Curtain, and again. But
See, I am a follower.
I know, yeah, I know, you do. But it's a different count. So Silicon Bytes, I tried to be a bit more satirical, a bit more emotional, and the titles are a bit more clickbaity. Whereas on Silicon Wafers is more a kind of straight news reporting channel. But the algorithm is not particularly kind at the moment to say more reflective content. You really have to get an immediate emotional response. You have to go really quite clickbaity. And I think, well, we can talk about that later. This is so important what you're doing with the fundraising here. But what's happened in the Middle East, and then last year with Gaza, that's taken a lot of attention off Ukraine, unfortunately.
Yeah, and even in Ukraine, we have so much Iran and Middle East in the news right now, and like half of my, if not all of my Telegram channels, Ukrainian Telegram channels that write about our war started also covering that, and it's like a lot of that.
Yes.
But
and it's crazy.
It's
I can understand why. It's crazy stuff that's going on. Maybe one of the upsides, and we could get some questions about that, is suddenly the world is waking up to the drone threat, and the Russia/Iran drone threat is the same drone threat. It's just the West is not paying attention either to the threat it poses or to the incredibly innovative solutions that Ukrainians have been coming up with. Because whereas a couple of dozen drones have struck the Middle East, and Western forces are struggling to deal with the fallout from that, they've sort of almost forgotten that Ukraine has been dealing with hundreds of drones a night, pretty much every night for the last couple of years.
Yep.
And finally, they're starting to see Ukraine as a contributor to global, or at least regional security, right? And not just a beggar for help or aid. And actually, I think that this situation is rather unfortunate, and it has more risks and possibly negative consequences for Ukraine because of the diverting attention and resources. Not so much of the Americans, because they wouldn't give them to us anyway, I suppose, in terms of like money and weapons. But there's still this defense market which will now switch attention to. So basically, it will be a problem for us to get some air defenses. I guess if the countries defending now from Iranian drones wouldn't need our tools, right? So we can now exchange, as our president suggested, those drone interceptors for the anti-missiles for such systems as Patriots, which we are lacking, right?
Yep.
So
I guess the challenge.
This can be a good tool for us.
The challenge is scale, though, isn't it? Because Ukraine does not have enough interceptors. But then the argument is that if there's a huge investment, you can both ramp up internal production and export production, maybe at the same time. I don't know if that's physically possible, but that's...
I think it's possible.
I know of some Swedish initiatives to bring Ukrainian technology and build factories in Sweden based on that. So, which I guess it's kind of good and bad, because of course we would like to see all the production and basically like all the earnings for Ukraine, right? And so the production, the workforce, the taxes, and all the income staying in Ukraine. But if it can be so basically they want to then re-export those produced weapons back to Ukraine, which is not so great. But maybe they will help us to scale up, and we can benefit from that as well. Because I guess we it's either like that or there is no scaling up.
You're talking about the US right now, right?
I'm talking about Sweden right now.
Sweden.
Denmark as well, I think.
For example, because I've been in contact with a Swede who wanted to set up such a production in Sweden.
Okay.
Based on Ukrainian technology.
Damn, our Nordic friends are so enthusiastic and so supportive. Thank you, all the Nords watching us. Your countries are exemplary in terms of supporting Ukraine.
Denmark, Norway,
I
Sweden,
always say-
Finland,
If I may add, I've just seen an interview with Sanna Marin, who used to be a Finnish prime minister at the start of the full-scale invasion, and she helped her country to join NATO. And she repeated like many times during a 20 minutes interview with the Ukrainian Suspilne public broadcaster that this is not a charity. So obviously we are very grateful for help. We couldn't do without it. But it's good to see that our, especially our Nordic partners and Baltics friends, they realize that this is investing in their own security, so helping Ukraine, sending like urgent aid, including military aid, and first and foremost military aid to Ukraine is basically a cheaper way to like ramp up their own security and protect themselves, basically.
Our Nordic friends are putting heart in the chat. Thank you.
Fantastic.
Like Tune from Norway. I know we have, if I'm not mistaken, Bina is from Sweden. Guys, who do we have from Denmark? Sorry, my brain is not the best today. By the way, we got 2 more donations. Niels D, $30. He said tickets. Thank you, Niels. And Kathy S, $20. Great to see Jonathan Fink again. And always nice to see Anastasia. Tickets, please. Thank you. So, guys, $235 left to raise at least. Who knows? Maybe we
got to keep it moving.
Maybe we go over the goal as always. We do with Jonathan. When Jonathan is here, it's always like up to like around $1,000.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, each time. I mean, yeah, come on. And that patch is, I think, one of the best you've featured.
Really?
It is. Yeah, I think that design is phenomenal.
Why do you think so? Look at it once again and tell me.
Oh, it's just a beautifully simple design, and it tells you exactly what you're supporting there. You know, you're helping to create military infrastructure to keep the orcs out.
What about the cross? What do you think it represents here? Because it consists of 4 crosses, right?
Yeah.
So maybe it's like 4 specialties that they have. I'm just assuming. So maybe this one is building bridges, this one is mining, this one is demining, and the 4th one is something else.
I think making wicked barbecues.
Wicked barbecues.
Yeah,
wow.
yeah.
Of Russians?
Yeah. Well, that's it. I can't show you on the photo, but someone sent me this amazing packet. I think it was like of dried meat, like salami or something. But anyway, it's really bad. I think it was called something like farsh orka or something, or sushni ork. But it was basically you had this picture of you know, sort of Ukrainian, what do you call it, with the instrument.
Okay, what instruments do we have? Bandura?
Yeah, bandura. A bandura player with a little, you know, with the little hair like that.
Yeah. Kobzar.
There's a kobzar sitting there with a fire, and then a literal Lord of the Rings orc head on a spike, with clearly, you know, he's roasting the meat. Yeah,
roasting it like marshmallow.
Yeah, that's it. This was a packet of roast orc, which is dark humor.
It taste?
I didn't know. I got sent a picture. They didn't bring me the packet.
They
This
brought you.
is the case when you enjoy the process and not the results.
Yeah, I mean, it's just going to be an average pork snack, probably. Well, I hope, you know. You hope it's not, you know.
Well.
But it's that dark humor, and I think that's
a dark one.
It's something. It's a survival mechanism. It's a coping mechanism. But also, when your neighbors are particularly humorless, you kind of need something to distinguish your culture from them.
Guys, just got one more donation. Andres left $10. Got a tip for gardening today. Here is the share for the ZSU.
Okay,
thank you very
that's
much,
nice.
Andres. So that's $215 left to raise.
Okay, let's go. Let's keep it moving. Keep it moving there.
$215, guys. But that's to the minimum goal. We can go to the maximum goal, which is unlimited.
Fantastic.
Okay, what do you feel these last trips to Ukraine? How do you feel the morale among Ukrainians? How do you feel the... you talk to different military people, I know, to different activists, to Ukrainian drone tech companies.
Yeah, the last couple of trips is very much drone tech and drone interception. I mean, these guys are involved in that, kind of exude a level of confidence, a confidence that, you know, their capabilities and their production and deployment is scaling up faster than Russia can mobilize. So I get a certain degree of let's say, confidence from that. I think they're also getting better at protecting drone pilots. I know there was a period where it was actually getting far more dangerous for drone pilots. So even though you're not necessarily on the zero, you have to be quite close. But I think they're getting better at protecting the rear, protecting their drone pilots. And it seems to me the ratio of casualties is dramatically deteriorating for Russia, while they're also finding it more challenging to recruit. That seems to me a pivot point. Now, this is the challenge, isn't it? When you speak to a lot of people who are directly involved, they've lost comrades, they've lost family members, and I think and many will have involved in horrific actions, and sometimes for really extended periods. Some also may not be in the most elite or effective battalions, so they may have more Soviet-style commanders, which means that their skills, their lives are not necessarily being deployed as effectively
and valued.
So you might get a fairly dark, pessimistic view from people who are directly, in
so
the
you had
action.
those two, right?
Yeah, but if you zoom out, and that's not to be disrespectful to their experience, which is appalling. Zooming out on a strategic level, it seems that a crucial inflection point was achieved just in the last couple of weeks, and that is where Russia is losing, not exponentially, but their casualty rates are increasing. The territory they're taking is actually stable and in some areas declining. The cost of mounting their operations is increasing, and Ukraine's drone capabilities are going up at the same time. And it reached an inflection point where their casualty rate exceeded their recruitment rate a couple of weeks back.
Yeah.
Now, if that's maintained, that's a disaster for Russia.
Yeah, but the one thing is to remember, Russians were preparing their forces in the last 2 months. They were actively advancing in what months was that? December. Remember, in December we had the record in number of eliminated occupiers. 35,000, and 33 of them with the drones. So
Getting up for 90% of casualties, yeah.
Madar, Robert Brody, who is the commander of the Unmanned Systems Forces, was actually mentioning in January that Russians slowed down their attacks, or maybe not even slowed down. They are like recuperating, if we may say, replenishing
building
their
their
forces.
strength is building their forces back
And
up.
they are planning to start this summer offensive. So that is actually, on one hand, is worse for us because they're going to be advancing with bigger forces, much bigger forces. I'm sure they have those reserves, even though their mobilization is not going as successful as it was going during the whole, during the previous years, right? Still, they saved up some human reserves. What happened there?
There's Goober in the chat.
Hi, Goober. How you doing?
There's Goober. Hi, Stefan.
So
Sorry.
basically, they are going to attack with bigger forces. That means more losses. We will definitely see this summer some months where it's going to be 35,000 again, then 37. These are going to be some crazy months for our defenders. On one hand, it's good that there's going to be even more losses for Russia, and even more, they won't be able to keep this balance, and they will be going down.
It's already declining, it's already bad for
they will
them.
be declining. So that's on one hand. On the other hand, it's going to be much harder for our forces. It's going to be another losses of the territory, but the last month was the record month by the anti-record for Russians by the obtained territories since July 2024. So they actually have been gaining more success on the battlefield during those months. Well, actually, February was a short month, right?
Yeah.
So it's like a lot of that.
But then there was the Starlink hit, there was the Telegram suppression. So they've also had some fairly damaging things.
Plus counterattack in Zaporizhia
Yes.
Oblast. That is ongoing
400
right
kilometers so far retaken,
Well,
apparently.
Deep State actually wrote about this today, and I want to, if you don't mind, translate what
Yeah.
they wrote. They actually have their assessment, and they explained the situation. They explained the situation before, like 2-3 weeks ago. They mentioned that we cannot call this a counteroffensive. It's rather the measures to clean up the territory that where Russians infiltrated. So yeah, we actually see some counterattacks, but they say the problem is Russians keep infiltrating even when our guys are clearing up the territory where they had their positions. Russians still go into the rear of our position, so it is complicated.
And this is a period of limited foliage cover. Of course, when it gets into spring and summer, you're going to have potentially more cover from wooded areas,
Yeah.
trees, etc.
As we call it, Zelenka.
Zelenka, yeah.
So yeah, Zelenka is greenery, guys.
Greenery,
Basically,
yeah.
when greenery appears. I just wanted to translate that news from Deep State, if you don't mind.
Yeah.
Oh no, wait, you need to translate it. Let's go to another chat. Guys, we have some conflict there in the coffee shop with a client, unsatisfied client. This is why it's so loud here, so you would understand what's happening.
While you're translating, I might eat my dinner.
Yeah, that's
but
what I
off
thought.
Camera,
It
but,
is
Yes,
smelling
I
here,
was
sitting
going
and smelling.
Suggest you do that.
And I'm just like, okay, so this is strange to have this angle, like, look at me. But it's better here. So, yeah, guys, let me read it to you. Actually, that's perfect. While Jonathan is going to be eating, he's going to read the summary from Deep State of the operation in the... okay. In the what? Wait, it did not translate it. Did I not paste it here? Actually, I'm not fascinated. I'm so fucking pleased that that unsatisfied client is actually arguing in Russian.
Yeah, I was also thinking that.
That is fucking
It's
annoying.
it's so
That is
classic.
fucking
It's
annoying.
classic.
And it's classic, yeah. Clearing operations by the defense forces at the junction of Zaporizhia and Dnipropetrovsk regions. Listen to this. Active fighting is currently taking place in the settlement of Berezove, where the defense forces are trying to clear the village of Russian infantry. However, the enemy is resistant and constantly applying pressure there. So they are explaining what is happening around the area. I will skip that part, but I will read it on my news segment on Sunday stream. So I will read that to you later, guys. But what did our Ukrainian amazing community, Deep State, summed it up? According to our estimates, the defense forces progress in clearing the area amounts to about 79 square kilometers. Jonathan, I hope you did not miss that.
I'm listening to all of that.
Okay, so 79 square kilometers. In the end,
Not 400, that's a big difference.
yeah, and they say at the same time, it is too early to mark this territory as a blue zone because isolated enemy groups are still being recorded in the rear. They keep seeing new spots, new enemy spotted there in the rear.
They're coming in their penguin costumes.
Yeah, penguin costumes and different tents, as they like to do. If one manipulatively counts the gray zone, where defense forces positions existed by the enemy infiltrated deeper into the defense, the figure reaches about 200 square kilometers. So if we count in the gray zones where the enemy infiltration is also involved, then it goes to up to 200 square kilometers. So 400 is unfortunately not confirmed. And to be honest, I believe this a bit more. Then in this case, who said 400 kilometers? Our president, right? Yeah, our president gets the data from a few sources, and we know the main source.
Name no names. Yeah.
Name no names here. Well, actually, I'm okay with naming that name. sometimes, but today I will how do you say
Abstain.
it? Abstain. Thank you. So we got 2 more donations. Ruth W donated $24.49 and said, "There you go, rollers."
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Okay.
Stefan was asking who that guy was, what that guy was arguing about, complaining about, but we don't know.
But his
And
order, I peeked a bit. It was
Probably,
like
yeah, but he
his
was
order
speaking
was
Russian
lost
and
or
we didn't.
something. It was an annoying, typical. To be honest, it feels like a typical Russian speaker. Russian speakers are always think they're privileged and everyone need everything. Okay, not all of them. I was one of them, and I never thought myself a privileged fucker. But okay, let's call him this way: rich Russian speaker.
he was dressed in quite a overtly hipster kind of clothes, wasn't he?
Hipster
He had
clothes.
some quite expensive clothes on.
I didn't notice, but Jonathan noticed that he was dressed up pretty posh, right? Or
Not posh, but ostentatious.
ostentatious,
Trying to be casual. But
trying to
clearly
be
wearing some
casual.
quite expensive clothes.
but still wearing a quite expensive clothes. Okay. So guys, with that, let me think. That's 190 and okay, $170 left to raise to reach the minimum goal of 500, and only 40 minutes to do that. Guys, we need to speed it up probably. How much did I say? 170, right?
Something like that.
170. Yeah, let's raise 170. But the last donation was $20 from Baltar. 2 tickets, please. Keep up the great work. Slava Ukraini. Героям слава. Thank you for the compliment with keep up the great work. What's happening in the chat? I'm slacking on reading.
Stefan is texting a lot, commenting on the Iran-US war, as he frames it. But I would also like to point out that maybe the best thing that might come out of the Iran-US war is that Ukraine now has something that the US needs, and that is only going to become more the case. Yeah,
Well, Biden already gave us $350 billion. We can ask whatever we want from Ukraine now. You know?
not ask, demand, right?
Demand. Yes, they owe us.
That's how they do it.
Gave you all our best weapons.
They owe us. We gave them everything, and now they just must give us those interceptors.
Yeah, we've discussed this previously, I guess before you joined the stream, that finally Ukraine is now seen as a contributor to the global security, and something we have been producing recently, or started producing after the beginning of the bombardment with Iranian drones, will be in high demand globally. So, and that will probably help us to get the much needed air defense systems that we still cannot produce. By the way, I've seen also Danielle in the chat.
Hey, Danielle, I missed her. Where is
Yes,
she?
hi. Good to see you here, DM.
Is she hiding? Yeah, she didn't message for the last 10 minutes. She's
No.
definitely hiding.
I saw I saw her message. I don't remember when exactly. Anyway.
UK needs submarines too. Who says? Okay. What is he? Okay, I read that one. I went up to see Danielle's message, and there she is. I see her. Yeah. What about the bottom of the chat? Did we see her again?
By the way, about the Ukrainian submarines, we don't know, you know. This reminded me of the last couple of videos that Sternenko has posted today and yesterday, when he very obviously hinted that
you definitely,
yes,
in no case, raised funds for
neither
those
of us
things.
who have donated to his fundraising campaigns had anything to do with the attacks of the marine drones on Russian fleet.
Near Libya.
Yes,
Libya.
we had
Yeah. You didn't hear about it? Oh, you missed it. So it was the night from the day before yesterday to yesterday. Our naval drones hit the Russian gas tanker. It was not the oil, but gas tanker. And it was near the Libyan shores, so Mediterranean Sea. near Africa. This is a precedent. This never happened before. We had one Russian Shadow Fleet tanker hit with an aerial drone there in the Mediterranean Sea, but not this kind of drone, not naval drone. So I wanted to show you actually the photo of that, since you missed it, since you missed the tanker being hit, I want to show you the beauty of it. Just look at the size of the tear.
Yeah, it's spectacular.
Proper. That's how British would call this. The American, like me, would call it, that's fucking huge. And the British royalty would call it, that's proper.
Proper.
Okay, and the other photo, that's this. So guys, if you missed this, you probably did not miss it. I see usually the viewers are so damn informed about everything that's happening that it actually is with help of YouTubers like Jonathan, who provide the news regularly. Yeah. Do you provide the breaking news on your second channel?
I try. Let's get the microphone so everyone can hear me. I'll be off camera, but I can be heard here. I try to do a mixture of breaking news, but also I try to do stories that aren't covered. So I'll try to do stuff about the Russian economy, oligarchs falling out of windows, what that might signify to internal power struggles, this kind of stuff.
May I make a photo of you holding these microphones? It is so funny. And I'll show it to Rollers if you don't mind.
This is a challenge.
Guys, look how he is holding
Maybe you'd like to
the mic.
interview this American who lives in Poland. He's a monetary economist, and I've been subscribed to his channel, Econ Lessons, and he's very optimistic in terms of, this is how he looks.
Oh, I've seen it
in terms
before.
of Russian economy collapsing soon, rather soon. So he gives quite strong arguments for that, and I think he's maybe overly optimistic, but well, it's always good to hear this kind of opinion, and it's he's well educated. He's a professor.
Oh, that'd be useful, definitely. I mean, I had the thing is, if you listen to, well, I had Igor Lipsitz on, and I haven't published that yet, but he's quite interesting. But if you have, let's say, Vladimir Milov and Igor Lipsitz, they will tend to exaggerate the state of the Russian economy.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's in their interests. They want it to fall, they want to return, they want to, some of them take power, they're going to exaggerate that for their interests.
Meaning to present it in a better shape than it really
Overly optimistic about Russia collapsing,
No, instead.
Yeah.
So providing
They
copium.
exaggerate the risk of collapse,
My feeling is that this person also tends to. I think I have
you don't have
Rex
one.
one. I don't have only this
Wait,
one.
this I have this one. It's confusing, I told you.
Yeah, so this Mark Bernot, who has this Econ Lessons channel, and he explains why even this current surge in oil prices will not help Russia benefit. Well, I guess he's more into this topic, and maybe I would hope that he's right, but I guess we need to wait and see if this is the case.
Sorry for a direct question.
Yeah.
Do you was it recommended to you randomly, or did you search for it? Because I'm trying to understand if it supports
I don't remember.
you.
I don't remember how and when I subscribed to this channel. But he's basically why I did this and why I keep following him is because his attitude and approach to the war in Ukraine is very, very adequate, and he's supportive of Ukraine. But
so what
I think he's kind of overly optimistic, and I'm just trying not to hope for the best. Right, so prepare for the worst. Prepare for maybe even years more of this war. Of course, it will be great if we win this year, but I'm trying not to hope for that. I don't want to be disappointed.
Yeah, and you see, there are factors like, for example, the Middle East war, this current one, Russian oil is $70 again. Today, I think it was traded for $70 per barrel.
Yes,
and,
but in this video, for example, in today's video, or yesterday's maybe, he explains why Russia will not be able to really benefit for this from this. But I guess it all depends how.
Oh shit!
Sorry about that.
Well, at least not everything is on the floor.
Yeah. So what I was saying, that I guess it all depends on how long this blitzkrieg war in the Middle East against Iran will go
last.
on. Yes.
Yeah, let's hope it's not going to last long.
And how many more countries will get involved?
Oh yeah, because they start striking European bases.
Because
European
Iran is just like
territory.
Russia of the Middle East, of the Persian Gulf, attacking just everyone around them, especially the allies. Basically attacking those who they can attack, who they can reach. Not necessarily the allies of the United States, but mostly them, obviously in the region. Just because they can, and they cannot really harm Americans directly, right?
What do you think, though, of... I've got two microphones, right? You can't see this, but I got two microphones straight under my face there, which is hilarious. What do you think of Russia as an ally? Because first, they let Assad down and they couldn't help him survive. Now Iran was expecting support from Russia, and that's it. Nothing. They've delivered nothing, and they haven't helped the regime in any way. I mean, what does that tell us about Russia as an ally?
But I think this, Russia is a terrible ally, obviously. But I think this shouldn't come unexpected, even for Iranians, because even based on the public information we had about the security agreement that they signed, last year, I think, there were no security guarantees there. It was almost like a Budapest memorandum or something, in terms of no real commitments in terms of we will protect you if you are attacked. No, just some kind of military support, cooperation, and so on. So
we could call it the Mordor memorandum. We're not coming to save you.
Yeah, Mordor
memorandum.
And I guess
there was another word between those two.
Even if Russia wanted to help Iran, they just don't have the capabilities right now, because they are so stuck in Ukraine, and they are struggling themselves.
Yeah.
Economically, militarily, demographically, in terms of conscription, drafting, and so on.
But
We've
Russia
also seen the Russian and Chinese air defense systems have also proved to be pretty bad, pretty useless. Yeah.
and Chinese too.
And Chinese too, yeah.
Okay. Guys, we got one more donation, $100 from Danielle. I couldn't resist. Haha.
Merci beaucoup.
Good to see you, my friends. Thank you very much, Danielle, for
Дуже
this
дякуємо,
donation. If you missed what kind of patch we have this week on the raffle, here it is. Oh, by the way, I need to show it here too, properly. On this camera too. Here, guys, that's the patch of the 91st Brigade. Here's the one. So that's what you got the tickets for.
Every time you show this patch, I'm reminded of this discussion we've had with Stefan about the Ukrainian T, which cursive T, which resembles yes, T. So this bridge on this patch, to me it resembles a cursive T, which Stefan is struggling to read as T because it reminds him of an M. So he can't even read my Cyrillic short my short name, Nastya.
So it's like M?
Oh yeah.
So it's like Nasmya?
I suppose it's T because, it's Nastya, obviously.
Yeah. Okay.
Sorry, being silly here.
When you say cursive, it's like
Cursing.
Like cursing. Yeah, it's like cursive. Not
cursive. I'm not sure if that's the correct.
I understood, but not initially. Initially, I thought you're talking about cursing.
A very, very cursing T.
Because it's an M, literally. Excuse me, Goober says. Hello, do Brazil. Okay, hello, Antonio. Are you still there? I mean, not in Brazil, in the chat. Are you still here? You're still there in Brazil, I assume. So guys, sorry that... what? I don't know. I probably don't need to apologize about anything. Sorry, not sorry. Thank you for donating. Guys, we raised $430 so far. We still need 70. So please keep donating. 70 bucks in the next 25 minutes to get to the minimum goal of $500. But of course we can go over that. The more we raise today, the faster we close the next fundraisers.
Excuse me.
Yeah, I saw that. The American, excuse me. No, or is it American? I don't know. Guys, I think some of the orc drone parts have been found on Iranian drones used in the Middle East attacks. Yeah, Elvin Archer. Actually Russian... what? How do you call these things? Plate. Electronic parts?
Це по суті штука, на яку кріпляться чіпи.
Yeah.
Я не знаю ці
Yeah,
терміни. Я
also-
не певна, що його використовують. Зазвичай просто
думаю-
кажуть чіпи. Ні.
Chips? Chips. Fish and chips. Angel A. Hello and thank you for the blessings for Ukraine and the protection. Wonderful. Indonesia gets scared when Canberra rearms. Canberra? Hey Gabriel, thank you so much for 10 gifted memberships. I thought it's not gonna happen today, but it happened, and they still work. Thank you guys. If you can follow Gabriel's leadership, I would appreciate it. If you want to support my work, you can send some gifted memberships. Thank you. Some Russian modified versions of the Shahed, like the Geran, yes, were shut down. Okay, you finished. It's good.
Jump back in.
Jump back in.
I went to
We
spray
have
the pot plant.
we have the last 25 minutes, so we need to provide some really top quality content.
Top quality. I'm not sure I'm capable of that.
I'm also not capable, so so I'm
I'm
like,
having an interesting day
how do
tomorrow.
we do that?
Tomorrow, interesting day ahead. Go back to Kill House tomorrow to observe drone training.
That's a school,
Third
drone
assault.
school of the Third Assault.
Third Assault Corps.
Sorry, Third Army Corps.
Third
Not
Army
assault.
Corps, yeah.
Yeah, that's.
And they got
assault.
UGV ground training there and stuff. Obviously, I'm not going to say where. I'm not going to say exactly what they do, but that's a fascinating place. There are articles out there. There's pictures of it online. There's articles out there.
Yeah.
I did an episode recently, so it's quite well known.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's
Russians
inspiring.
probably know too.
They probably know.
Where
I mean,
it
it's a miracle it hasn't been hit.
Maybe
Because-
precautions.
Maybe there's got higher value targets. Maybe they don't see the thing. And the point I want to make is that what it tells me is that every major city in Europe, and Britain especially, we need similar training facilities. We need people
Yeah,
to
you're
be
right.
inspired from kids and young teenagers to really be inducted into not even drone warfare, but just competitively building drones, racing drones, testing electronic means of countering them, and just get people into that spirit of innovating, building, testing, competing. If we don't get into that mindset, and I think this is not particularly well understood at the moment, we can't just build production lines of drones.
Yeah.
We can't just have it mandated by governments and there we go, we've got a solution. We have to try to recreate the ecosystem, the culture, not just of innovation, but communication. Because almost none of the innovation, and Jonathan Pearson and I were talking about this earlier, none of the innovation that really has kept Ukraine alive as a country and resisting Russia, none of it came top down from the government. It may be that later, the government's able to amplify it and scale it. It's all come from
Every time.
Yeah, but it's come from civic society. It's
Yeah.
come from people solving problems in a proactive way, and it's come from an extraordinary level of communication between the front, between innovators, their families, sharing data, sharing insight, and having relatives on the front. It's like we have to remove those barriers to communication and not expect the government to solve. Oh, I'll get this.
I'm dividing it.
Oh, I'll get it.
Huh?
Yeah, I'll do it.
Okay, splitting. That's how you call it.
All right. No, I'll get
What?
my treat. I'll get it.
Your turn? No,
Yeah,
I
it's my
actually
turn.
had my
Oh,
food
okay.
there at that table
Oh, right.
still. So, yeah,
Sorry,
I
we're
better
all
pay
getting
for
over the bill now.
I had the oatmeals with some beef
Oatmeal with beef. That's
at
an
that
interesting-
table, so you didn't even see
Oh,
it.
right, okay. But no, we got to recreate the culture, the ecosystem, because it's not just about a production line. And in fact,
exactly.
you can't really stockpile drones because, you know, their technical specs aren't going to work. They're going to go. Someone described it almost like milk. You can't just build and stockpile milk because it's got a shelf life. Well, drones have a shelf life that is comparable to, you know, dairy products.
Yeah.
It goes off very rapidly, and then they're just piles of scrap.
They're kind of perishable in their own way, right? Because of the cycle of the how do you call it? Iteration. of,
Iteration, yeah. So I guess the
Innovation.
hardware iteration is a little slower, but the software iteration is about 3 weeks. 3 weeks, which
3
is
weeks.
insane.
Wow. Insane. Indeed. $20 from Gabriel. He says EU pressures Ukraine to repair Druzhba pipeline
Druzhba
to
pipeline.
flatter Orban. I thought it's dead end by blowing up the hub, isn't it? In that village in Russia. How is
Yeah.
it called?
I've forgotten, but-
Kukomyakino something.
Yeah.
Yeah, something like this. It was a really cringe name. It's like-
Operator Starsky has some, you know.
Oh,
Operator
yeah.
Starsky has the best.
I like how he calls Oreshnik. He calls it Oreshkin.
Oreshkin. Oreshkin, yeah.
Oreshkin, that's funny.
Yeah, maybe it's just near the little Russian.
There is a challenge for you from Uber in the chat. Jonathan needs to sing an English pop song to close out the stream.
Yeah, that's not happening. One, no one wants to hear me sing. Two, I'm not very good with remembering lyrics. Sorry. I can list invented Russian place names.
Place name?
Yeah, the beautiful village of Huyova.
Kalekino. Kalekino, that village.
Kalegino, okay.
Like Kalekino. Like the cripple.
Kaleka, yeah.
Yeah, like Kalekino, but Kaleikino.
Kalegino.
So that's the.
I'm sure it's a
that-
lovely place.
Yeah, that
no,
is the
it's-
hub. That is the hub that Gabriel is talking about. Kalekino.
But I would be
Definitely
surprised
not a
if
lovely
they
one.
do have the one that you just mentioned.
Yeah, I'm sure they do. They always do, yeah.
So guys, with that $20, only $50 left to raise, and
Come
only
on!
20
oh,
minutes.
20
to do
minutes. Let's go. Let's.
$50.
It
50.
does. We didn't
50.
hit 1,000. We didn't get a super mega target here. But when people are watching this in the playback, you can keep contributing. We can get to 1,000 through this, you know, extra broadcasting opportunity.
Would be awesome. Thank you guys for all your donations. If you did not know, I actually show the receipts, of course, when I have them, because when we buy the used car, you cannot really get a receipt. Sometimes, when soldiers buy it, they sign that agreement of the purchase where the price is listed. So sometimes I have that, but most of the times it's just, no, we just paid and they gave us this car, how do you call this? Registry certificate.
Yeah, registration document.
Registration document, and that's it. So, but if we buy some equipment, if the guys buy some equipment, they send me all the receipts, all the checks, bills, everything, and I always show the maximum. So half of my video reports from the soldiers are boring because I'm showing some account in there and trying to explain where money went and which part sometimes was
Super important. That's super important. And for the authority, the trust people have. Car for Ukraine does the same thing. Jigger's poor. I mean, I think people should
Car for
really.
Ukraine doesn't show the receipts. Where
Does not
did
show
they
the receipts. Do they have? They have a degree of transparency, don't they, over donations, which but
they
not
have.
necessarily the receipts.
So the receipts is actually not easy to
Jigger's
show.
Poor, I think, does that, which is a German charity in Lviv.
Cool. Need to check their website. Actually, There's a lot of work that they are doing on their website, and they have the exemplary website. They show the statistics, they show like Zigaspo, Zigaspo. That's
Zigaspo. Have you had Dimka on your live stream?
Yeah, I had him. But
Dimka's the fabulous chap.
I need to try to invite him again, because I was trying to invite him the last time. It was like 4 months ago. He was in a super busy period. He told me that he cannot join at all these days, so I stopped trying. Then I need to try again. Who knows? Maybe he doesn't want to go to my channel anymore.
I'm sure that's not the case. And if you get Irina as well, his wife. Irina is again very
both
articulate.
of them were on my stream, and Ziga was actually. There was one stream when they already went to bed, Irina and Dimko, and they left camera on the sleeping Ziga. And she was sleeping with us for the next few hours on the stream. It was a Sunday, long Sunday stream. So people, we all the viewers and me, we could watch Ziga sleeping.
This is a new fundraiser. They should have a Ziga cam. They should really, or maybe for OPSEC, that's not such a good idea, but they should have a little camera focused on Ziga's basket. Not necessarily a GoPro, because then you could identify the location of their office. That's not so good. But they should have a Ziga cam. That could be attached to a donation QR. I'm going to suggest that to Irina, straight after. That's a great idea.
Tell them I did not give you this idea. You got it yourself. But I gave you,
well, no, you inspired the
the
idea.
story that no one should know.
Yeah.
Right?
And Dimka's book, when I get back to the UK, Dimka's book should have arrived. I ordered it about 6 months ago. And they had a printing issue. Obviously, Kharkiv's been hit with a lot of issues.
Remind me the name.
printing
Average
houses.
Guy at War?
Average Guy at War, yeah.
Average Guy at War. Yeah.
It's done phenomenally well. It's super good.
I still don't have it. I need to read it someday. Guys, we still have the same $50 left to raise, so we need a bit more donations. Please make one. Okay, I need to look in both cameras. It's really hard. Make a donation now. Thank you. Okay. I'm thinking, what great updates did we have lately? It seems like the first steps in army reform are being done. Did you see the reporting from the Minister of Defense?
Mikhail Fedorov.
Yeah.
Did I pronounce that correctly?
Fedorov. Yes.
Not Fedorov. That's wrong pronunciation there. Yeah.
Fedorov. Yeah. So he was actually sharing.
I'm not going to go political, but is it thumbs up so far? Because he also was instrumental in creating the whitelist for Starlink terminals. I mean, that's a significant
thumbs up so far,
actually,
definitely. The problem is it's not that easy to implement all those reforms.
Yeah.
And while he is declaring the intents and the initiatives, it's just the beginning. There's a long way of really hard work that is going to be done to achieve those. For example, one of the things that he mentioned yesterday, or the day before yesterday, the day before yesterday in his post, was this. Let me tell you. They will be implementing the losses audit. And this is something...
The most challenging thing out of all of those, I think, that he suggested.
Yeah, so they basically want to start auditing every loss on the battlefield like separately and have it in the electronic system. And I understand that's how they want to audit the commanders, to see if they did not take unnecessary or lead to unnecessary losses, their commands.
Because take risks that led to losses. Because this is one of the odd things that I've heard, is that you have some highly effective battalions that lose fewer people, and you have others which have a very high turnover, use horrible phrase, but a high turnover. And actually in traditional Soviet military culture, it's those guys who are actually not performing, but they're judged to be performing because they're losing more people. They must be doing something.
Yeah.
Now I will eat.
Okay, enjoy a meal. Wait, I don't see. That's a, how do you call it? Bar.
Yes.
Bar.
You have happy to advertise this a bit.
Optimistically.
My favorite.
Closer,
Oh.
maybe.
Eat me. I like the title, the name, but also more importantly, I like the tastes. All of them.
I was going to optimistically, described as a meal.
Yeah.
For me for a couple of hours.
Okay, it's.
I'm just
like-
greedy fat foreigner.
I am envious because I cannot be full with just this small bar for 2 hours. So I'm a bit envy here. I would love to be full.
My challenge is Ukrainian food is so wonderful, and I know that in a couple of days' time, I've got a very small window of opportunity to eat and try as much as I can, and then I'm going back to fairly stodgy, bland English food afterwards. So I have this sense of urgency, as it were, to experience as much as possible. And if you haven't come to Ukraine, I strongly advise you do. The food is phenomenal. There's far fewer chemicals, mostly chemical-free, hormone-free. It's great. Like, I normally get headaches quite frequently in Britain. I don't get them here unless I've been drinking inordinate amounts of beer.
Be careful, Anastasia. You know what happened to Alice in Wonderland. I didn't get it.
Eat me, yes.
Ah, okay. Who said that
That's
to
what it
her?
says on the bar, yeah.
Who said that to her?
I don't remember exactly, but I remember that there was this note on a box of something or on the table. Like
Okay,
sorry.
maybe on the
I'm
cake.
still chewing.
And is that where she gets bigger? I think she gets bigger. She grows and fills the room.
Actually, I do not remember what happened to.
There was drink me and eat me. There was eat me and she gets big. And
then
there was
she
drink
drank
me
something.
and she shrinks again. I think. I may have got them the wrong way around. But that was the other thing I did. No, donations, please. Keep donating. But a friend of mine came to Oxford recently. Ukrainian friend. Someone who is really fascinated by Lord of the Rings and Harry Potter and all this kind of stuff.
Wait,
So
is it not Roman Trokhymets?
No, Roman didn't come up to... But he should have come to Oxford, because that would have been fantastic. In fact, we still have an opportunity. So anyway, I took this person to the pub. Gorgeous pub called the King's Arms. We went in. It's an old, looks sort of Victorian. It's got lots of old photos on the walls, beautiful wooden furniture. We sat in a corner, and just as they were sitting down and ordering their lunch, I said, "You do know what seat that is?" Looked at me blankly and said, "Well, that's the seat that J.R.R. Tolkien used to frequent while writing Lord of the Rings. It's the author of Lord of the Rings." And that completely blew their mind.
Okay, by the way, I am a bit ashamed to admit this, but you see, I'm okay to shame myself.
Here we go.
Here, yeah.
No, Rick, you're gonna embarrass yourself.
I'm gonna embarrass myself
Irrecoverably.
big time. And just gonna go Google it to not
You tell me you've never,
No,
read Lord of the
I
Rings,
watched,
haven't you?
of course.
Yeah.
Oh, come on. I'm actually watching the TV series that are being produced since 2022, The Lord of the Rings, the Rings of Power.
Okay, yeah, I haven't seen that. Yeah.
I am watching it right now for the first time, second season. Damn, and I heard its budget is the biggest in the history of the TV show industry.
Whoa.
And
Better watch that.
And indeed, they have pretty impressive costumes, graphics, and of course, they don't have such big battles as they had in the movies, but they have some battles there too, and some impressive story actually. Actually, first 4 episodes of the first season, I watched it and I was like, what the fuck? Your decisions are not logical. It's a bad script. But by the end of the first season, the script got much better. And I'm not sure about the second season so far. On the 4th episode, I won't say it's the worst. I hope it will get better. I mean, the script get better until the end of the season.
Some people
We'll see.
in the chat are unhappy with the series.
Okay, who's unhappy? I like the Rings of Power, but it copped a lot of flack. Too many.
Copped a lot of flack. Yes.
What's that? What's that?
That's definitely a British phrase there.
What does it mean?
Copped a lot of flack.
It's like
That means it received a lot of criticism.
got a lot of hate. Okay.
Flak is the stuff that they send up to try and hit enemy airplanes and stuff. In the Second World War.
Flak.
Flak.
Is it like a flak
It's
cannon?
like blank shells, to send stuff up to try and disrupt enemy aircraft.
Zenitka?
I don't know, maybe.
Okay. So it's those that were exploding in the skies.
Yeah, little bursts in the sky. Yeah,
these bursts. Flag. That's what a flag. So yeah, we have flag cannons
Couple
in
lot of
Ukraine
flak,
still
yeah.
working against Shahid drones sometimes. Shahad drones. Guys, only 7 minutes left to raise the last $50. Why?
Come on, this is not moving.
Aren't we raising it yet? Come on.
What do we
let's
have to do to get this over the line?
Show the patch once again. Look, this is the raffle item of this week, the patch of the 91st Brigade. That is golden, actually. I did not notice that it might be one of the first golden patches, if not the first golden patch.
We got you on from Cough Ukraine.
Yeah, he was messaging me. Don't you look into my personal messages.
No, sorry. I thought he was on the stream. Sorry, I thought he was on the stream.
Look, it's my notifications.
Oh, it's not okay. Yeah, no. It's too much technology. No, it's completely
It's okay, I'm
confused
joking.
me.
High five. The books are the only good version of Lord of the Rings. So
I know
not
the
even
films.
the movies.
The films aren't bad. I mean, I have to say the films are pretty good.
I did not read the book, unfortunately.
There is a film from the 1970s. I'd be interested to see what this chap thinks. There's a animated film from the 1970s, but they only made it up to the point where Gandalf falls down into the Balrog and is taken down, and then it ends there, and they ran out of budget. They couldn't get the rest financed. But it's an absolutely groundbreaking animation. It's stunning, and Peter Jackson actually used quite a lot of that as inspiration for his own framing when he made the film. You should definitely watch that. It's got an incredible atmosphere to it. It feels much darker. It's brilliant. It's a brilliant film.
Nice.
Let's get a debate going on that as well.
Yeah. Theme is a Fallout series made by fans. Good stuff. Therm. Okay. A therm. I don't know how to pronounce
Just don't mention the Hobbit movies. Utterly dire.
Yeah,
oh my
is
god.
Shit. Even I considered it shit when I watched it. Like, what was it? 10 years ago already?
Yeah. 3 movies. That's like it's a Peter Jackson get-rich project, that was.
Yeah. Rick, did you know that Skipias is helping deliver a truck in Ukraine? Yes, I did. I actually messaged back and forth with him. Skipias, this guy, came from the States to actually help deliver a truck for Car for Ukraine.
Fantastic. That's
Thank you
super
for
cool.
For that volunteer work. Guys, 5 minutes left to raise the $50. Do we really not gonna reach the goal? Come on, this is the time to donate.
We get chucked out, do we? This is the cafe closing down, isn't it?
Yeah, they're just gonna kick us out in 9 minutes, and in 5 we need to reach the goal.
Let's get there.
Don't let them kick us out.
Guys, I know that I am not like the bottest of Ricks today. I'm more like a sleepy Rick.
Sleepy Rick.
Yeah, probably you noticed that. I did not mention that. I just said my brain is not in the best condition, and I tried to speak fast, but probably it was like that. Probably it was only in my head that I spoke fast, but I was
So you're
speaking
actually on
this
half speed.
yeah, half speed. So, yeah, guys, please make the last few donations to reach the remaining, to get the remaining 50 to reach 500. Thank you. Goober, I think 50 USD is open still. Yeah, we still need to raise 50 more bucks. Next time, bring Morty along, Rick. I'm not that kind of Rick. I'm more like your turn.
Oh, yeah. I'm going to have to end my live stream to pay the bill. So
okay.
This is the end of the video. Anastasia from Rick, thank you so much for participating.
Guys, please remember that Russia is a terrorist state.
It is a terrorist state. And it needs to be made small again. Very, very small.
And Ukraine will defeat Russia.
Damn
help
right.
us get more cars to the front line. Thank you.
Thank you, guys. Live on and prosper. and donate.